Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We've been hearing that the West continues to supply Ukraine for as long as needed or necessary or something like that. That means forever we're going to help. Okay, well, there are some costs. And I think that's exactly what the Russians are betting on, which is the costs will way overweigh or how should I surpass the benefits in this one. So in this case, we have the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry that you don't often hear about. You hear about Reznikov, which is a defense minister. You hear about the, what's his name, the prime minister, is he the prime minister, Zhmihal? Right? You hear about the president, which is obviously Zelensky. You hear Yermak, the chief of staff of Zelensky's cabinet or, office. You hear about sometimes about Zaluzny. You hear about the Podolyak, Hemenyuk. You hear about these guys, but my friend Danilov, and then from national security and all those. But the foreign ministry, I rarely hear about. Now they're gonna make a statement here, and the statement, I take it this way. If this is not going to happen, and it will not happen, in my assessment, the result is we're done. Right? I would like to know how you think, after I'm going to read you this article, how you think we should understand what this guy is saying. Because they will not get what they want. Let's see. Ukrainska Pravda. Alright, this is from today, April 22nd, 2023. Ukraine's foreign ministry says Ukraine needs 10 times more military support to end war this year. Now, in order to do that, can you imagine how the situation is? Or what the situation is facing Ukraine against the Russians? They need 10 times more military support to end it this year. Well, just I'm surprised I didn't say 100 times. That would make it clear that the Russians are overwhelming these guys. And Andriy Melnik, Ukraine's deputy minister of foreign affairs, has stated that Ukraine urgently needs to receive 10 times more military support than the Allies have provided so far in order to end the war this year. I think the Americans, not only that, I think together with the Weasels, so the NATO, the Weasel or whatever, about 40 states, provided these guys with about what, $110 billion or something, or more, and out of which I think 55 billion is just military support. So if you want 10 times, I don't know, but I'm just calculating for overall, and 10 times if you want guys this year. If you don't want this year, then don't give us 10 times more support, basically. I think it's just an impossibility that the European, the NATO, the countries of the good will be ever give them 10 times more. And I'm quoting, "We are thankful to our allies for the military help, but it is not enough." This is like you give someone a gift and he's going to say, "I hate your gift." Well, give it back and smack you over your head, and I'm not going to give you a gift again. Ukraine needs 10 times more to end Russian aggression this year, Melnik tweeted. All right, so he called on Ukraine's partners, do you mean supporters and lovers? Yes, to, and I'm quoting, cross all artificial red lines. Oh my God, and devote 1% of GDP to supply weapons to Ukraine. So my fellow Americans, Brits, whomever, go to work because they want now you to have 1% of your GDP, our GDP, going to Ukraine. Okay? And they want that they should cross all artificial red lines. Is this like a schemer or something? Is it like a in the old days circus? You go to circus, or you have these guys that are playing something fast with three things, and they go, "He's not here, he's right." Or what? Swindler? What is this? Grifter? What is this? Guys, if you want it, no, we don't want it. You. What are they gonna do? That's exactly what they're gonna do. But the problem is they now are using these guys. Now you got us in. Now, if you want us to continue, cough up money, boy. No? Okay then. Your plan is gone. We're gonna discuss with the Russians and you. How about that? And I think that's the blackmail. Could be, but you, Melnik, are a loser of a country that, you know, is just not as important as you think it is. It is because these guys made it that important, okay? That's the only reason. You could have been a country like everybody else, calm, peaceful, doing your thing. But no, they're gonna, you're, and now you're, and all of a sudden you think you became the center of the universe, and your nation is eradicated. Isn't that dumb? I think so. So now these guys are saying, you know what? If we want to continue the script and read it and apply it, you're gonna give us more. And the guys are gonna do what? Melnik, you got to go, and you're gonna be replaced. You're gonna put someone else. Gigi, go. That's what's gonna happen. If they can, or these guys here are gonna push the buttons even harder on their mass media, supposedly, and they're gonna tell us that a lot of people die over there, that things are bad, the Russians are doing everything 3,000 more than everybody else in the whole history. You got to help them. You got to agree with that. Hey, give me your son's sandwich, we're gonna give it to the Ukrainians. Hey, give me your toy over there, Emil, give me all your savings, go over there, and so on. Well, because otherwise you're a bad dude, and they can do that. These guys are giving millions and billions just like that. Puck. Where's that coming from? Biden's ass? Where, if he's got so many, you know, why don't give me some? Why not? Why not? Anyway, let's go back to these weasels. In addition, during Novi Vidlik, New Countdown, a talk show produced by the public broadcaster Suspalain whatever, Melnik reminded viewers that according to U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, worked for Raytheon, okay, making weapons in the board of directors, and now he's the defense minister or secretary of U.S., this guy, all right? The participants of the international coalition have provided Ukraine with $55 billion worth of support in total already. And I'm quoting, that seems like a large number. It seems? This guy, you need to grab him by his dingy-lingy. It seems like. That seems like a large number. It is, mofo. But the contrast in it with the Second World War. I don't want to contrast it with Second World War. I don't want to contrast it with any war. Any war. How about that? From the beginning of this war, this little scuffle, from the beginning, it was turned into the pinnacle. If this falls, the Western civilization is done. No, it's not. I disagree with that premises 100%. It's not. That's your scenario. I have a brain, and I think my scenario is not like that. Why should your scenario? Because you know better? I don't think so. Because I think you are a weasel. All right, and evidence provides me with that conclusion. Not you, you know what I mean? Those guys. So yeah, it's the Second World War. No, don't make it as the Second World War. Make it, let's say, Yugoslavia. How about that? You're past 74 days. Done. Jesus Christ, man. I'm talking about 1999 bombardment. See how these guys are framing the whole thing? Do not fall for it. Ukraine war could have been avoided. Some people did not want to be avoided. All right? Now it's up to you to figure out who are those people. All right, let's read further these weasels here. That seems like a large number, but to contrast it with the Second World War, with which, unfortunately, more and more parallels can be drawn. No, they can't. No, they can't. Over 50 billion US dollars worth of help was supplied under US Lend-Lease alone in 1940s. The equivalent today would be around 700 to 800 billion. Did you hear how much he wants? That's how he got to the 50 billion. to 10 times. Doing this and even more. Our allies have to comprehend, because they're dumb, the scale of this war. They're incapable. Tell me, Melnik. Tell them, preach, brother, preach. The support needs to be 10 times bigger right now, the deputy minister asserted. Hey, I didn't hear anything here about this year. Did you hear this? Did you hear here in this that if you need this year, we need? No. So this title then, they made it, I think, they made it a little bit nicer, so it doesn't sound like this guy really wants it now. No. 10 more military support, yeah, war this year. So right now, I'm guessing, because I took it as, maybe he just wants it now, then yes, 10 times, but if you want it in 2 years, half that amount. If you want it in 3 years, make it, a quarter or something. Following the 11th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group at the Ramstein Air Base on 21st of April, Lloyd Austin announced that Ukrainian servicemen would begin training on Abrams M1 tanks in Germany in a couple of weeks. And then that's 2 weeks, couple of weeks. So that means in 3 weeks, they will be all trained after that. So from now. So that would mean they will take 1 week, they will be trained in 1 week, and in a month will be in Ukraine fighting. All right, that's how it goes. And we are okay. On the sidelines of the meeting, NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg said he was confident that Ukraine is prepared to retake more territory amid preparation for the anticipated counteroffensive against Russian forces. Yeah, okay, good job. If you're going to have more people to fight, because I think they're almost done. But anyway, you're going to bring your guys as volunteers, and they're going to be all volunteers, but they will speak other languages. So did you hear? It's not actually this. That's how much he wants. Because it's a global thing. No, it's not a global. It's between some mofos and one country. And they're using you. You are the whore in between. These guys are passing around. Or maybe they use it in the same time, I guess. One up, one down, one a little bit higher, a little bit one lower. I don't know, guys. Or maybe there are three. I mean, maybe, who knows? Anyway, man, this is embarrassing and angering when you hear these guys talking like this. Maybe he was just supposed to talk like that. He just, hey, Melnik, your turn. We need more money. Yeah, remember the Second World War? This is even worse than that, if you know what I mean? Really? No, my friends, don't give it that importance. They try to give it, and remember, the Russians are even worse than any criminal that you've ever heard in this history, with the one exception, because you will never hear the mass media surpass that guy, having someone else surpassing that. Never. Don't ask me why, because I can't say it. Because I'm living in a free world. Living in a free world, in a free expression and freedom of speech. I have to censor my shit. All right. But anyway, who know things? People who know things, they know exactly what I mean. Because he was the worst, and he was the worst. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.